you come up, get up here. Get on camera. All right, Raider Nation, got my family here. Got my foam football. All right, Raider Nation, here comes Call Me Goodell. Let's go, Raider Nation. Got my boys. Bleed silver and black. One Nation, Raider Nation. Here it goes. Let's see it.
In the 2019 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders select Clelin Ferrell, defensive end.
What?
Clemson.
No way. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude.
Clelin Ferrell, defensive end.
And Clelin Ferrell gets the sack.
The 2018 ACC Defensive Player of the Year.
They fucked it up. Yo, Raider Nation, what's going on? That was the 2019 draft when the Raiders got fearless Clelin Ferrell, and that was my recorded draft reaction when that happened. I was pretty pissed. I'm sure all of us at Raider Nation were, but just a special announcement. Going to go live during the draft. Want to kind of get some of your guys' opinions before we go live and then maybe during the draft. Kind of excited, kind of scared, dude, especially looking back at that Clelin Ferrell pick. I know that was different, staff and whatnot for the Raiders, but, I look at it and I'm just like, dude, we cannot have a Clelin Ferrell pick, man. Like, of all things, dude, do not get a Clelin Ferrell. If we get offensive linemen, fuck me, dude. That's like Clelin Ferrell all over again. We need so much, especially on defense. The only way, the way I'm thinking is if it was a quarterback. My guy's Hendon Hooker, as I said last night or whatever. But yeah, come join us. Gonna have Raider Dave on here, I believe, maybe some other guys. We'll put the link in the chat. Gonna go live. That's gonna be I think it's that'll be 4:00 Pacific time. So here in almost an hour, a little over an hour, we'll go live. Probably gonna be barbecuing up some meat here shortly and eating some tacos. So you guys get your food ready and, come join us. I'm curious what you guys will be thinking of whoever we draft. And hopefully the Raiders get this right and don't fuck it up. But we'll see. I'm optimistic, but I'm a little hesitant at the same time. So that being said, I'll pull up this little deal right here. You guys can watch it of Hendon Hooker, who's the guy that I want. Maybe 7's a little rich, but if we did have to get our franchise quarterback at that price, I'm all about it as well. So, much love, Raider Nation. Hopefully see you guys here in about an hour. So
Hendon Hooker. Why is this guy not getting more buzz?
A couple of the big reasons why I came here was to compete in the SEC.
I think people are forgetting about him. Remember, he was the Heisman Trophy favorite pretty much until he went down. He was lighting it up last year.
So at that point, you start thinking about, okay, what's really valuable here?
I keep hearing upside, leadership, really good arm strength, and the ability to make plays out of the pocket.
Hooker fakes the pitch, spins, and scores. Season-long party continues on Rocky Top.
Honestly, I'm just so hungry to get back to a better me.
We're gonna score so fast, we're gonna be fresh every time out, man.
Anything that's standing in my way, I'm gonna knock it down.
this guy needs to be a Raider,
We
man.
hadn't had a quarterback like Hendon here. We had some good quarterbacks, but not one who could throw it, who could run it, and who was also able to, pick defenses apart.
But I knew that we came out, really efficient the first few plays, so I knew we were going to jump out to a quick lead. Yes, sir, I'm glad that me and my classmates could go out for win.
Dudley's a football powerhouse, and we put out a lot of big time athletes. That just showed me that, hey, if you're locked in and your mind can tell your body to persevere through those tough times, in the peak of battle, then you can do anything. Growing up,
You hear that? Persevere in the battle through hard times, man. This dude's a baller. He's been winning his whole life. 9,000 yards in in high school, 9,000 yards in 3 years in high school, and 100 touchdowns, man. Crazy, dude. This dude has been a stud like his whole life, dude. And everybody slept on this guy. Like, it's mind blowing how everybody slept on this dude. Super stud.
Up in Greensboro, North Carolina, we call ourselves the Hoop State. So I played a lot of basketball growing up.
I think truth be told, I think basketball might have been his first love. And he was an outstanding basketball player while I was here.
He did have basketball offers as well as football, but I think the more football offers came in, basketball coaches were pretty much saying, that you're going to, go to a high level
Football is king.
schools.
Yeah. Football is king.
And talk about them being 2-0. One of the reasons is they're all conference quarterback Alan Booker, and he's a good one. Yes, he is, Charlie.
For as long as I can remember, my dad used to take me to every high school game or a little league game, and continue to harp on the things that we worked on.
His dad was a college quarterback as well, so he's got quarterback in his blood.
Out in the yard,
he was a sponge.
Yes.
Whatever I showed him, he wanted to do. My daddy. And so when I cut the grass, he wanted to go out with me to cut the grass.
My mom would teach them colors and numbers based on the plays that my dad did. When we would watch old film of my dad, that's how the boys learned a lot of their colors and numbers based off of my dad's film.
My mom told me anytime that I would cry, if she would put my dad's highlight tape on, then I'd stop crying. Ball has been in my bloodstream, for as long as I can remember.
He's one of the best high school quarterbacks in the state, certainly here in the Triad. Today, Dudley's Hendon Hooker said he'll soon be a Hokie. How about it?
The thing about college is once you're recruited, they have to de-recruit you. They got to do everything to make you there. But then when you get there, they have to help you with reality. And so Hendon had some reality checks, and he realized there's some stuff that he could get better at, and he owned it. I do remember one time we got a phone call from him, and we were real concerned.
I contracted COVID, and through just regular protocol, after you quarantine for 10 days, you have to go to the hospital and get an EKG, get your heart checked out.
That was when COVID was, nobody really knew how to handle COVID, and they automatically, for athletes, check their heart. And so he was just going through the protocol.
He called us and he said, they said something's wrong with my heart and I'm not going to be able to play football ever again.
The doctor told me, hey, you might be something wrong with your heart. You might have to have open heart surgery. And then in that moment, my heart just really dropped.
He said, Mom, that can't be real. And we all came together and we prayed and we went right up to Virginia Tech. And, they said he had to have a procedure the next day.
I remember sitting on the hospital bed and my mom just telling me, hey, it only takes, the faith the size of a mustard seed. And that really stuck with me, through that process. And sitting in that hospital bed, I wrote a letter to the game, promising the game, anything after my faith and my family, that I put the game before anything else in life. They went in and did some extra tests and everything checked out to be good. It was really eye-opening to me and made me a lot more appreciative of my journey and the people I had in my life as well.
We didn't care anything about winning the ACC championship or anything. I just wanted to hug our son. So at that point, you start thinking about, okay, what's really valuable here?
I realize how blessed I am. The older I get, not a lot of people have that support system around them, and for me to have that is incredible.
Faith Family Football.
A couple of the big reasons why I came here was to compete in the SEC and have a opportunity to compete for a starting job.
Joe Milton will be our starting quarterback. Talked to those guys earlier about that.
He just said, it's okay. I'm going to just keep grinding, keep going hard. And, he just took it with a grain of salt.
It's heartbreaking whenever you don't, get something that you've been really working hard for. Continue to control what you can control was what I told myself.
New quarterback is coming out for Tennessee, and Hendon Hooker is going to get a chance to run the offense.
It was a nervous plus exciting feeling and one of appreciation too.
And Hooker waiting now, throwing, got a man, it's caught, touchdown, Jacob Warren. Hooker over the middle, has a man, touchdown, Tennessee. Hooker going deep, man's there, got it. Jalen Hyatt, touchdown.
Watching Hendon play is the most exciting thing I've ever witnessed. It's probably the best type of entertainment best type of feeling I've ever had watching anybody play.
Hooker, here's the rollout. There's the throw. There's the touchdown, Tennessee.
Hooker fakes the pitch, spins, and scores.
Season-long party continues at Rocky Top.
He's got spin moves.
I loved everything that
and
Tennessee had to
athletic
offer
ability.
on and off the field. And you know, I just kind of fell in love with the T.
Hooker, ooh, is he okay? Now all eyes on Hooker, who went down very awkwardly.
My close friends, my family, constant communication with Joe, Tyler Barron, and the coaches here as well. They did a great job of, you know, continuing to encourage me and tell me I'm looking good, even though I'm not looking good.
His future couldn't be any brighter. Some NFL team is going to be so fortunate to have them a part of their roster. He is going to have an elite career.
He doesn't mind adversity. He doesn't mind competition. He just knows, okay, this is something I'm going to work past and I'm going to get over it.
Rehab is going great. Actually, moving around a lot better, being able to throw the ball a lot better now. And, you know, finally, you know, being able to do a lot of the things that we talked about, me, my doctor, and my physical therapist. I'm ahead of schedule, and I feel great.
It's so exciting to see the world see what I've been seeing my entire life. He's my favorite player.
I know he's worked so hard to get here. Just his story is amazing. All the adversity he's had to overcome, and to just see all his goals that he planned out since he was a little boy coming into fruition is just amazing to see. I'm so proud of him.
I love to play football. I love to talk about it, anything that's going on around football. Honestly, I'm just so hungry to get back to a better me, and I just have a huge chip on my shoulder. So anything that's standing in my way, I'm going to knock it down.
Sorry, I had the mic muted. But yeah, so we'll come up here in a little bit, here in about an hour, with Raider Dave, get some of your guys' thoughts on coming into the draft and whatnot. Kind of do a show prep and then be live during the draft. See if we end up being pissed off or not. If we do get Hendon Hooker, I'll probably be the only Raider fan that's done the research on Hendon Hooker instead of the rest of everybody listening to the Mel Kipers and the Todd McShays of the world talking about Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker is way better than people realize. This guy, I will probably be the only Raider fan excited if we got Hendon Hooker, even if it means we had to get him at 7. I'd love to trade back to get an additional second-round pick and try to pick up Hendon Hooker in the mid-first round. But if the Raiders don't get this quarterback, it will be the biggest miss in our draft, going back to Jalen Hurts and even prior. There's been chances where, you know, you have a chance to get a franchise quarterback in this draft without giving up everything in the kitchen sink. Hendon Hooker is that guy. Hendon Hooker can lead the Raiders to a Super Bowl and multiple Super Bowls. He's that guy. He's got everything you look for from talent, quality, arm strength, arm accuracy, smarts, integrity, amazing leadership. If the Raiders get this guy, other Raider fans won't know and understand because nobody's talked about him enough because he's slept on. This guy's a fucking super stud. A super stud. Without the ACL injury, we ain't talking about Bryce Young as the second quarterback. We're talking about CJ Stroud and Hendon Hooker. And Hendon Hooker should be the second quarterback in this draft. That's the reality of how it should be. Because the injury and people slept on him, people forget that he was in the running for a Heisman trophy. Hendon Hooker will be a super stud in the NFL. And if the Raiders miss on him, I'm not going to be happy. Okay? I'm not going to be happy because I know what this guy can bring to our organization. And he could be a true franchise quarterback. It's crazy that how many people out there have no freaking idea and everybody forgot about Hendon Hooker. It could be good for us because it means we could get him. But if the Raiders miss on this and we don't get Hendon Hooker, our franchise is going to be fucking cursed, and we aren't going to have a fucking quarterback for a long-ass time. And if we get a quarterback, we're going to have to trade everything in so many years of future success and future drafts to go get a franchise quarterback. When this year, right now, coming up here shortly in a few hours, we could get the guy that will change our franchise and for years to come. I'm telling you, Hendon Hooker is the guy. And everybody has slept on him. People are fucking, I don't want to get too fired up right now, but it's going to piss me off if the Raiders don't get him because we got a chance to get a really damn good quarterback and a franchise quarterback. So see you guys here in about an hour. Circus Raider, Rod Gas, man, appreciate you guys. Hopefully we'll see you guys here back in a couple hours. Circus Raider said today will be the day. Either I celebrate, drop kick the TV. I got both a champagne and a med kit on standby. Straight up, dude. That's where I'm at, man. So I'm telling you though, guys, if we get Hendon Hooker, don't be sad. Be fucking happy. I've done my homework on this guy. I've stuck my neck on the line calling Raider Nation Radio every fucking day for months, man, because we need this quarterback. This guy would be an amazing Raider. An amazing Raider, dude. Like, he's got everything you look for, from talent to integrity. He can lead an organization to a Super Bowl and multiple Super Bowls. He's that good. Hendon Hooker can compete with Patrick Mahomes. And he will if he becomes a Raider. Maybe not this year. It'd be good for him to set a year. But Hendon Hooker is so much better than anybody fucking knows. And it's crazy. It always happens in the draft. They always hype up certain guys, sleep on other guys. That could be great for us. If he's available at the end of the first round, if we don't get him early, I hope we trade up. And if we miss, you'll hear it from me for years to come. Years to come. And I will trash this fucking organization, the staff, Coach McDaniels and Ziegler, that they had a chance to get a franchise quarterback and they fucking flopped. They fucking flopped. So that's all I got to say. So much love. We'll see you guys here in about an hour. Hardcore Raider. There's only one nation. That's Raider Nation. See you here in a bit.